Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Well, today is the day that the new John Wick movie, Ballerina, just came out in theaters. And for what I'm hearing, it's another decent entry. So hopefully I'll see that movie pretty soon. So in light of Ballerina releasing, I'm doing a John Wick video. And I'm just gonna say, John Wick is just such a cool character. Deep, complex, and given that he's played expertly by Keanu Reeves, absolute angel, I thought I'd celebrate since the franchise has been around for 11 years now. So let's not waste any time. These are the top 10 times John Wick was awesome. Now, firstly, this is just my opinion, so if there's any I left out, let me know down in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get into it. Number 10, The Pencil Trick, John Wick Chapter 2. Unfortunately, I can't show a picture of what was used to make the pencil disappear, because this video wouldn't have gotten demonetized. But given it was only told to us in a single scene in the first film, now we actually get to see it in the sequel. And boy, is it just about as nasty as it was depicted. I mean, the legend was true, and boy was it brought to life. Even though he is injured, he still has time to take out 2 more goons with just a pencil. Hey, it goes to say, what's the phrase? The pen is mightier than the sword? Well, in this case, the pencil is mightier than a gun. So it brought a legend to life, and boy, it was awesome to see it on screen. Number 9, Motorcycle Chase, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. And yes, I originally put motorbike, but apparently motorbike and motorcycle are completely 2 different vehicles, so don't at me in the comments. Honestly, there is so much coolness in this third entry, I have to pen them down. And yes, you'll be hearing a lot of John Wick 3 on this list, because there's too many of them to count, and I don't know which one just tops the other, and the motorcycle chase is no exception to this rule. He's got a bunch of goons wearing helmets, carrying in swords, and Wick's on a bike. What does he do? He rides and kicks their butts at the same time. And from what I saw when I was editing this, apparently it was done behind a green screen. So, and it looks pretty well done given what was shown behind the scenes. It's just absolutely immaculate. The way he knocks them down, him locking out the swords, just punching them. Hell, I think he even grabs one to take out the other. Honestly, it's just a fun low time of kick-assery, and it goes to show how cool Wick it can be, even on a motorbike. I mean, imagine doing 2 things at once, eh? Number 8, Horse Ride, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Yet another scene I never thought I'd see in a action movie, no, a John Wick movie. And yes, this was done originally in True Lies, which is also another kick-ass action flick. Anyway, so yeah, Wick manages to escape from one situation only to find himself in another. And he ends up in this horse stable, and let's just say, you don't mess with the horse. Because it might be your last time. And boy, was it funny and brutal at the same time. As the horses take out 2 of the goons. Hell, Wick even ties one of the goons to the back of the horse, and as the horse makes a turn, bang, out goes the goon, and then a couple more show up as Wick is riding through the city, and he takes one out, and then it just smacks into a car as he rides the horse down through the city streets of New York. Wow. I mean, this is really funny, but also damn fun at the same time. So yeah, a bunch of fun, and it's not the last time he rides a horse. We'll see that that is seen in the next movie. Makes me wonder how they're gonna top it in part 5. Don't worry, I'll get to that bit in a bit. Number 7, Home Invasion, John Wick. Excuse that noise. Well, let's all say the first action scene is always the best, but there is one that tops it. And attacking somebody on their home turf is never a good thing. Given that, yes, you're attacking and entering the house of the Baba Yaga himself. And as he sneaks in the shadows, taking out assassins as they enter his home to try and take him out, goes to show how much you don't want to screw with Wick. And even Vigo knows that when he hires these guys, as he sings a little lullaby about how the boogeyman is coming for you, as Wick suits up. Talk about setting the tone and just showing how much Kigetsu Wick can be. I mean, he knows all the places that he could hide and take you out, particularly the last guy, as he finally gets him in a lock and finishes it off. It even ends funnily with the cops showing up, and Wick is defusing the situation. And this cop knows you don't screw with Wick. So overall, this home invasion sequence in the first film is pretty damn fun. And it's the first depiction of seeing John Wick in action. Number 6. John Wick teaming up with his allies/rivals. John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, and John Wick Chapter 4. Even the Baba Yaga himself needs help every once in a while. And while I originally wanted to put Marcus from part 1 and the Barry King from parts 2, 3, and 4 on there, he more goes to them for help rather than the allies teaming up with him. So in the third film, he teams up with Sophia, who is played expertly by Halle Berry, by the way. As they go to talk to her original boss, and when he hurts one of the dogs, Sophia's like, "Screw the rules, I'm taking this guy out." And an action scene occurs where her and Wick team up with her dogs, with her twin German shepherds helping about, and it's just a fun sequence. Goes to show that even though Wick usually works alone, he helps Sophia in this case, and it's a ton of fun. And in the fourth film, it's not just one guy that helps him, but 2. And when Wick is going up for that challenge during the climax of the film, assassins try to stop him so the Marquis can win, which is cheating, by the way. So, given that he owes Wick a favor from earlier, Mr. Nobody decides, "Hey, the guy saved my dog, I'm gonna help you." And he takes out the guy who hurt him. That was bittersweet. And Kane, despite the fact that he's actually the Marquis' representative, decides, "Screw it! I might as well help my opponent and make sure he gets there on time. Otherwise, where's the satisfaction?" And honestly, it's just really cool. All three of them, Wick, Kane, and Mr. Nobody, instantly taking out all of the guards, including the head henchman, in spectacular fashion. Honestly, it's just fun seeing the 3 of them team up to make sure we get to the Imano end of the movie. It was just a fun action sequence, and it is a little over the top, but it's the John Wick movies. What did you expect at this point? I mean, 2 entries ago, John Wick used a horse to take out a couple of people. How crazy can it get? Number 5, The Library. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. It goes to show that you can use any weapon to take anybody out. Pencils, horses, a book. So Wick goes to this library and he's sending up plot stuff for later as he comes across a tall assassin named Ernest as he tries to take him out minutes before the excommunicado is set in motion. And it leads to a pretty fun sequence as Wick takes on a guy twice as tall as him, and it is a short scene, but it is pretty fun. Knocking him in the face with the book, Ernest grabbing Wick by the head and smashing him into the bookcases. Wick using the book to hit him, mash him, and then eventually take him out permanently. And even though Wick got hurt in the process, it goes to show Wick can use anything as a weapon to take out his opponent. And a book is no exception. It goes to show you can never judge a book by its cover. It's just over the top, but ton of fun. Number 4, Knife Fight. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. I told you there's a lot of John Wick Chapter 3 in here. And the madness just keeps going, and it will not be the last time we'll be talking about. And it won't be the last time. There's one more entry from part 3 that's in there. Trust me, I'll get to it. This one is just, it goes nuts with its setting. Wick goes ahead with these guys as they go hand-to-hand combat at first, but as soon as they see a couple of knives in the cabinets, they just smash them and go for it. And it's just balls of the walls crazy madness as they try to throw knives at each other. One guy tries to throw a web, but he merely dodges it, only to grab it, and then he just goes wham on one guy, which I think 5 knives and one guy. I mean, but Jesus. And then he just keeps going, annihilating people. There's even one guy that he takes out that I think was much more graphic from when I saw it in the theater, but a less graphic as I watched it on DVD. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you've watched both versions. Let me know. But nevertheless, this is a fun action sequence, romp fun. And even ends with Wick taking out one more guy he missed with an axe swing as he goes reboot Jason on him. Wow, that was a good axe throw. And it leads to 2 great more action sequences that I talked about earlier on the list. So yeah, this was balls of the wall crazy fun, and I couldn't stop laughing how hilarious it was. Number 3, The Above Shot Massacre. John Wick, Chapter 4. Honestly, this is probably the most memorable part of the movie. This one over the top camera shot as Wick uses what I think is a gun that shoots people in the face that comes out fire, kind of like a flamethrower, but not a flamethrower. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what the gun is called, because I'm not exactly great with gun names. But this whole shot, which I think goes on for like at least 5 to 6 minutes, is a gorgeous shot showing how many goons are in the building as Wick goes off shooting them one by one. And it's just a really creative shot. I mean, they've done cool action sequences in the entire series, but man, something like this shows how much gorgeous filmmaking and creative differences, creative shots that these guys were willing to go for to make each installment more interesting. And this shot just proves it. I mean, it's one long broken take as it never cuts until I think it cuts to Wick versus Mr. Nobody. Honestly, it's just a beautiful laid shot. And it's a gorgeous one take. Fun and just gorgeously shot. Props to that cameraman for holding that camera up so high. Props to you. Number 2, John versus the Shinobi. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. Honestly, this is just total fun. I mean, the scene is really ton of fun. It's a big-ass glass room as Zero and his two henchmen, the Shinobi, taking on Wick as they smash him through glass after glass after glass. And honestly, these are probably the toughest opponents Wick has ever came across. And I love their enthusiasm. I'm like, why don't they just kill him now? But not only does it show that they show respect for him. I mean, he's the Baba Yaga. Even they know it. And even though they mock him saying that he's out of shape, that he's been retired for 5 years, they actually help him up and say, it's an honor to meet you, Mr. Wick. And they actually help him up to his feet, showing they have, despite them what they said just then, shows they still have respect for the guy. Hell, even when Wick is out of shape, they offer to help him again. They're like, nah, I'm good. And then they continue on to fight. It's just freaking great character-ridden storytelling with fun humor in there. And Wick using his belt to try and take him on. It's just tons of fun, crazy-ass fun. And as I heard, and don't quote me on this, Keanu Reeves liked working with these two actors, as I think he told the director or the screenwriter, I don't want Wick killing these two off. Let them live. And I think it makes sense in regards to the story. I think this is a fun action scene. And yeah, they don't attack him again. Goes to show that you don't mess with Wick, but leaving you two alive shows that you need to back off. So, fun. It's probably it's the best scene in the third film. But there's one bit that I think is my favorite scene in the movie, but my favorite moment from John Wick that I think it's awesome from the entire series. Let's get into it. And what I consider my number one favorite moment from the John Wick franchise is the Red Circle Club Massacre from John Wick. Pretty much everything you've seen from the Baba Yaga and the home invasion scene, that was just the beginning. This is the set piece. And this is pretty much John Wick at his, not just his awesome, but in beast mode. He's on a mission, and he's not going to stop until he finds his target. It starts off slowly with a beautiful song called Think, which I cannot recommend enough. Go listen to that song. It kicks ass. And playing it here as Wick starts slowly taking out each goon, trying to get to Yusuf, who's in the bathhouse getting drunk, shows that Wick is pretty much the boogeyman. I mean, he's the Baba Yaga. And him lurking in the shadows like a scary monster shows how willing and determined he is and how far he's going to go. And nothing is going to stop him. And even though his cover is eventually blown, he doesn't stop. He keeps going after each goon in a fun action sequence with the kick-ass score, fun visuals, great action sequences, and just overall fun. And even though he loses loses the fight, he's still moving. And it has a great moment as he picks up the phone of the guy he took out, and Joseph calls up and says, Victor's dead. Everything has a price. And honestly, this whole fight scene is just beautifully done. From the lighting, the writing, the action sequences, the way it's shot, the acting. It's just everything on this is absolutely perfect. So, the Red Circle Club Massacre from the first John Wick is my number one John Wick moment that I think is the most awesome. So that's my John Wick video for you. The top 10 times John Wick was awesome. And this has been a fun video. If you want me to do more John Wick moments, I can do that later in the future if you like. So give me a thumbs up, like, and comment and subscribe if you want more videos like this. If there's any John Wick moments you think are more awesome than the ones I put up, let me know down in the comments below and tell me why. I'm pretty sure there's a ton more awesome moments, but if I did like a top 25, this video would have been way too long. And besides, top 10 is the fitting more for Wick here, because John Wick is just the strongest, most prominent character that Keanu Reeves could have said yes to finalize his career again. And given that he played my favorite Sonic character recently, goes to show that Keanu Reeves still kicks ass even when he's 60 years old. Kick-ass major assery. Please keep up the great work, Keanu. Thank you so much. Oh, and hot take, I don't think they should make a Chapter 5. The fourth film was fine where it is. Leave the franchise alone. But if they do make that fifth film, I will still go see it, because 1, it's Keanu Reeves, and 2, it's a John Wick movie. I have to. And that's what I'm going to do later down this week. I'm going to go see Ballerina in theaters, so hopefully it'll be just as good as these 4 films. Tomorrow I've got a special video going out this Saturday, so keep a lookout for that. Fingers crossed it all goes well. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.